Oh, my blood pressure is good. I feel so much better now. It's good.
Well, mine's probably up because I work with you and Bob.
Plus, you're bald.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Actually, there's a study that says bald people typically have higher blood pressure, but we don't know
It's
about
probably
that.
because we don't have hair anymore and we're upset about it.
That's right. So blood pressure is a common concern for a lot of people because it's true. We're going to go through that and take a trip back to memory lane and add one important thing we found out about it near the end of this video.
But before that, we should probably tell them who the heck we are.
I'm Brad.
I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob, and together we're the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
That's right. We're all ready to go. Okay, the first thing we need to do is establish what your blood pressure really is. You don't want to take your blood pressure just once and assume that's the way it is all the time. The best way to do it is take it 5 to 7 days in a row, in the morning after you get up and been up for a half an hour, and then before you go to bed, and do it in the same chair, the same posture, same position. You should be in a firm chair with armrests, just like I am here, 90-degree bend in the knees and the hips. Sit up like this, the cuff at heart level, and then take it. You're going to relax while you do it. Make sure you write it down, write the time, and again, do that 5 to 7 days in a row and then average it. But there's a couple more things that you got to be careful of or be consistent with, Mike.
Yes, you want to make sure you don't have any caffeine before you check it because that can raise people's blood pressure. Also, no alcohol in the evening. And apparently, you want to make sure you have an empty bladder because apparently that can affect your blood pressure.
Oh, it's true.
And I would recommend make sure you're seated for a few minutes before you check it, and don't have any type of intense exercise either, because that's going to make your blood pressure go up.
That's right. Again, consistency, relaxed position. Now we want to talk about the numbers. How do you know if you do have high blood pressure after you've established an average of the week?
So typically 120 over 80 is still normal, and if you are considered high, you're typically 140 over 90. They normally say the lower number is more pertinent than the higher number, but it's important to look at both still.
That's right. And if you are questionable, you absolutely want to see your doctor and get it assessed by the doctor and then proceed from there. If you are the type of person that you're sedentary, you haven't been watching your diet, and you do have high blood pressure, you probably can reduce it without taking meds just by lifestyle changes. So that's good news, particularly if you want to avoid meds.
So we want to go over 3 options to help reduce your blood pressure without taking meds. Now, the first 2, we're actually going to go back in time, a video that Bob and Brad did together in the past. And Bob actually did some changes to his sleeping habits as well as some supplements to his diet that really helped him. So I think we could time travel now.
That's right. Let's go back because it worked really well. Woo, 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 woo. Oh.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
I was finding my blood pressure was creeping up a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but it was. I had some measurements that were in the 140s for the systolic, right?
Yep.
And it was up to 88, like on the diastolic.
88?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's starting to get up there, you know?
Yeah. Well, you're getting into that warning sign.
And I don't know if it's from working with you or what.
Well, that might be an issue. That's always, that's what my wife says.
So anyway, I tried a few things, and I really don't know which one of these worked the best.
I hope she doesn't watch this video.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't watch this. Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So I tried 2 things, and one thing that worked for my wife was to have ground flax seeds, and she just takes a couple of tablespoons of that a morning. I think 2 tablespoons a morning, and just mix it in with your oatmeal, or that's what I put it in.
I put it in my yogurt.
You put it in your
Yeah,
yogurt?
because I started taking it a few months ago.
And you're supposed to take the ground kind.
Yeah,
you know
I
that?
get the organic ground.
Yeah.
If you eat the whole seeds, that's probably a...
So a Canadian study found that eating 30 grams of flaxseed daily for 6 months lowered systolic and diastolic pressure by 10 millimeters per mercury and 7 millimeters per mercury, respectively. So
top and bottom?
Yeah, the top and the bottom. So, and I've had more than that. I have more dropped than that. So I think maybe both of these things are working. So the second thing, do you want to hear it?
So the first thing was the flaxseed.
Flaxseed.
Okay.
The second thing was, do you remember that book you borrowed of me on breathing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in this book on breathing, they did an experiment where the guy actually plugged up his nose and his friend's nose for I don't know if it was a month. I don't remember how long it was, but he's just mouth breathing. During that time, his blood pressure went way up, his anxiety levels went way up. Everything was bad.
Right, right. I remember that. Yeah, the book is Breath, I believe, or Breathe.
Breathing or something like
yellow
that.
book,
Yeah.
Breathe on there. And it's done by, there's a number of studies in there that are stated. It's all.
And so I looked online too, and yes, there is studies that support that a nose breather has lower blood pressure than a mouth breather. Now, I've been a mouth breather my entire life, and I think and part of it is because I don't breathe through one of my nasal.
You're clogged up on
a little
side,
bit
so
on
to speak, or
that side,
you're
yeah.
congested or
Deviated septum.
deviate. There you
possibly.
go.
Yeah. So I started, and you had mentioned this, and that's where I got it from. And I don't know if you got it from the book, but I started at night taping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
My wife really appreciates this. So.
Well, I've done it, and my wife too. And you got some nice tape here.
Yeah, this is the tape we're using. Where is that?
Here.
Yeah,
Next Care.
Next Care. It's just a surgical tape, like it's pain free and it's hyperallergenic. It's for sensitive skin.
Yep.
So,
I mean, to be honest with you, I've actually used Scotch tape.
I'm surprised you don't use duct
Well,
tape.
it's a little cheaper than this.
Yeah,
It'll work fine. I just put it on there like that.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of weird.
No, it's weird, but it works. And the only thing I found, then I had sometimes trouble breathing through my nose at night. I wake up.
Yeah.
And if you have trouble breathing, your mouth separates enough that you start breathing through your mouth again.
Right. You don't seal it
Yeah,
up.
it
if
doesn't
you,
seal up.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So I started using the Breathe Rights
yeah.
tapes.
Well, I wanted to mention about the taping here. I was doing it because of dry mouth.
Oh, sure.
Wake up and my mouth felt like it was sandpaper. It's not fun. But it was helpful for that. I don't eat it anymore. And I'm not having that issue. It's,
You know what
worked well.
also seems to be, Brad, I might be wrong on this, but it seems like my teeth are whiter. Like I don't know. No, I'm serious. Like I think that Dennis out there is.
We got to get
this.
onto the blood
All right,
pressure
but
thing.
there's a lot of benefits to this.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
anyway, I started using the Breathe Right strips.
It's right here. That
Yeah.
they pull they're spring loaded. You tape them down and they pull the nostrils apart. I've never had them on before. I thought it was kind of a bunch of hooey.
I thought it was a bunch of hooey
But
tooey.
It does feel
It
like it
does.
does open them up
It
slightly.
does.
Mhm.
Now, the only problem I have with these, Brad, is one, you keep buying them, but two, they start irritating the skin a little bit. I started noticing on the.
Well, it's because you're sensitive.
Yeah, I'm a sensitive guy.
But so,
So,
again, we're continuing to get the breathing through the nose.
Right,
So
but
the blood pressure.
my
goes
daughter
down.
recommended these.
Ooh.
These are called nose vents. They're plastic. I don't know. Should I put it in?
Are they hard plastic or
No, soft.
They're soft. Okay.
Yeah. So you can just stick them in your nostrils. I know this is gross,
Yeah, that is gross.
but it works. Now the only
They stay in pretty good.
yeah, they actually work better than the Breathe Rates, I think.
Yeah.
But they can fall out sometimes, and you find them in bed, But I prefer these. So
Yeah.
I got this on, and I got the tape on my mouth.
Yeah.
So, all right. All this led to, though, my blood pressure was like 142 over 88, dropped down to 117 over 78 pretty consistently.
Okay.
So, I think that's, that's really out of the
so
danger
that wasn't
zone.
the flaxseed wasn't a part of that drop.
It was both of them.
Okay,
So,
so
I don't
both-
know which one did it,
This
or
is-
I think they both did it.
Yeah,
To be honest with you,
yeah.
because so if you're already taking blood pressure medicine, you got to make sure you get things checked out with your doctor before you
Right.
try anything.
Yep,
because,
exactly. Whoa, we're back to the future, the present, whatever. So those are two nice options that worked for Bob. They may work for you. Now we're giving you a third option. I think everyone agrees with this: stress reduction. You lower your stress in your life, heart and blood pressure will relax and come down. So the first one.
There are options of exercising can help with stress reduction. Now we're talking about 30 minutes of easy aerobic exercise. So things like walking, maybe jogging, biking, going to fitness classes, whatever you enjoy, just doing something, get those good hormones moving through exercise can help reduce your stress.
Right, and this is an option that I have done very successfully. I do like to exercise, so for me, it was just easy to do. So this was about 30 years ago when my blood pressure was working up there, and I consistently do this now. But if you're not an exercise person, it's just not you, there's some other options, Mike.
You can even do yoga or meditation classes. Often those are very relaxing environments, and people reduce their stress that way. And some people like me just want to let out their daily aggression on some weights. So lifting weights is a good option as well. It's just another form of exercise. Just pick what works for your lifestyle and what you enjoy the most, and see if it reduces your stress and helps with your blood pressure.
That's right. So again, there's a lot of options. Look for them. We gave some options here that worked for us. Now go for yourself and find out what works.
And if you want to check out more videos, you can check out the one on the screen. One food lowered my wife's blood pressure by 15 to 20 points. This is talking about Bob's wife.
Right. So very good. Enjoy and really stay relaxed and keep your blood pressure low.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous